this shit, crush it.
Yes, sir. That's a new high.
That's a hundo, baby. That's right, guys. We're back this week with another match breakdown from Belton Gun Club. Now, Belton Gun Club is known to have some real heavy hitters in the shooting world make it their regular match, and it's also the host range for the 2024 South Carolina Section Championship and the Area 6 Championship. As always, links are in the description for the stage footage. If that's what you're here to see, go check it out. All I ask, drop a like, hit that subscribe button before you go because it helps out the page tremendously. So for everyone else that likes to hear about the match breakdown and hear how my day went, I appreciate you sticking around. I also ask you go ahead and drop a like, hit that subscribe button, and how about drop a comment down in the comment box. Let me know where you're watching from. So we got Belton Gun Club. Belton puts on an amazing match every single month. The amount of work they put into their stage design and building their stages is really, really impressive. They've got a really solid setup crew up there, and they even have sponsors that sponsor the local match, and it really allows them to put on one of the best and highest level local matches that you're gonna find. It's the fourth Saturday of every month. I highly recommend you guys go check it out if you really want to put your skills to the test. Now, fair warning, there are some really good shooters and quite a few of them that frequent this match on a monthly basis, and it may just hurt your feelings when you look at the overall score at the end of the day. You've got guys like Tyler Meisenheimer, Donovan Stetner, Ryan Flowers, Nick Yanatula, Patrick Chamberlain, Ike Starms, Caleb Patterson, and a whole slew of other really good shooters that are there almost every month. This month, it was no different. We had 4 GMs, 9 Masters, 12 A-class shooters that were at this match. Now, unfortunately, in limited division, not so many of them were there. They all like running the dots, and I can't blame them. The dots are a lot of fun to run. In limited division, there was myself and Matt Hopkins, who's a master class limited shooter, and about 5 other B-class guys in the division. Regardless, I wanted to head up there and line up with some of the best the state has to offer and kind of see where I shake out. Now, these stages at this match were, they were great. There were some speed shoots, there was technical stages, large courses, small courses, some really difficult shots, and some really cool props that you're only going to see those at like major matches and stuff like that. Again, huge shout out to the designers and the setup crew that put it on each month. That's good shit, fellas. Y'all keep doing that. Overall, I had an okay match. One limited division, took on 12th overall out of 75 shooters, and I didn't come in with the right mindset, and I dropped myself about 4 to 5 positions in the overall standings in the first 2 stages alone. I rebounded nicely, finishing in the top 10 overall in the next 3 stages, including 1 overall stage win. I finished up with 91 alphas, 31 Charlie, 6 Delta, and 3 costly mics in 92 seconds. Now, I struggle with the same issue that I've been struggling with for the last couple of months: consistency. And you know, consistency really is the difference between some of the A-class and master class shooters compared to the Grand Masters. The Grand Masters, once you get to that level, I mean, you really have to be able to put it together every time on demand without fail. And that's what I'm currently working on. Now, before we get into the stages, what do we have going on in the area? Next weekend, first Saturday, we've got Palmetto Gun Club, PGC on practice score. It's down in the Charleston area of South Carolina. I won't be there this month. I'll be teaching a competitive concepts class at Sandhills Shooting Sports. I will be shooting the USPSA match the following day at Sandhills. Both of those matches are live on practice score. It's SSS for Sandhills if you're searching on practice score for it. That same week, I'll be headed down to Live Fire Training Academy in Cottageville, South Carolina, and I'm going to put in some work with one of the best in the business, but you guys will just have to tune back in to find out about that one. The following weekend, second Saturday, as always, you got Mid-Carolina Rifle Club, MCRC in practice score. It's near Columbia, South Carolina. They're actually hosting an all-classifier match for anybody who wants to get into their correct division before the South Carolina sectional a few weeks later. Nobody likes a sandbagger. Now, I was on Squad 2, and Squad 2 had some of the best shooters at the match. I mean, 6 of the top 12 overall on the day were all on this squad. And on stage 2, where we started out at, they really started laying down some hot times. Unfortunately, mine wasn't one of them. I ended up hitting the mag release on the second target and it dropped the mag in the dirt and it cost me 2 seconds on the stage right off the rip. That wouldn't have been so terrible, but at the back there was a pretty sinister bobber and I ended up throwing a mic on it that I didn't call. Combined, those set me back, ended up second in limited division, 26th overall.
Are you ready? Stand by. Hammer. Are you ready? Stand by.
Stage 3 was different from what you're going to see at most local level matches, and there were some even arguing as to whether the stage was legal or not. I'm not sure either way, but this one you had to start wrist above shoulders behind a wall. You draw, you had to go down the line, put 2 on every target, do a mandatory reload, and then come back and put 1 on every target, strong hand only. And here's the kicker. It was a Virginia count stage, meaning you couldn't take any makeup shots. For every makeup shot you took, you got penalized for the shot and the hit. Now I did pretty well on this one time-wise, but I dropped a mic on that far left tuxedo, and then just for safe measure, I dropped another one on the first target I shot in the center as well. Those mics dropped me down quite a bit. 4th in limited division, 36th overall.
Stand by. Finish. Only show clear. If clear, hammer down. Are you ready? Stand by.
Now stage 4 is where I really started to lock in at. It was a great stage. I loved the different skills that it tested. And you know it's a really good stage because the top 6 guys on our squad all ran a slightly different plan on it. And to me, that's what makes a great stage. If you can have some of your top shooters shoot it in a variety of ways to fit their skill set best and all come out with really close scores, you've built and designed a really good stage. And this one flowed really well for my skill set the way I had stage planned it. Only things I can say about it is I slightly overrun the second piece of steel and I was a little too conservative on the back right targets. Overall, it was still a good enough run to take the win in limited division, 6th overall.
Ready. Stand by. If you are finished, then let you clear. If clear, hammer down, holster. Stand by.
Now stage 5 was a really good stage to test a few different skill sets. So you had a really spicy draw. You could draw to a really close-up target that was right in front of you. You could shoot on the move. You could get aggressive and move on the steel, or stay conservative, shoot it from one spot. They had a really tight swinging steel at the back right, and then they also had this really tiny piece of steel that commanded you to go in and get some precise aim on that thing. I took an unneeded makeup shot on the second target that I shot. I ended up having 3 hits on it, but I just didn't like the way the sights lifted, so I come back to it, threw a makeup on it. Other than that, I moved pretty well through the stage, and only other thing is I threw a couple makeups on that tiny piece of steel at the end. Ended up with limited division win, 8th overall.
Are you ready? Stand by. If you are finished, unless you're clear. If clear, hammer down, holster. Are you ready? Stand by.
Next, we jumped over to stage 6, which was the classifier 2302. Now, those of you that have been watching my videos know that this is one of the 2 new classifiers that was released a few weeks ago, and I shot this one last week at Low Country USPSA. Ended up hitting 95.07%, which is a Grandmaster run, but it's barely there. Since that one's already on my record, this one, I decided, let's swing for the fences and see what we can do on it. Now, I ended up hooking up on this run and resetting the high hit factor, meaning I got a higher hit factor than any of the guys who shot it at Nationals in the limited division. This resulted in a 100% classifier score and an overall stage 1 on the day.
All right, bro, you got this shit. Crush it. Are you ready? Stand by. You are finished. Unless you're clear. If clear, hammer down, hold. Yes, sir. That's a new high hit.
That's a hundo, baby.
Now, when we got to stage 1, there was a large backup. The wind that was down in that bay, and then the props they had, they kept failing all day, and they kept having reshoots. There was a backup on stage 1 about all day. And we sat there for about an hour before our squad even got to start shooting the stage. Now, this is a stage that really required you to be locked in to be able to hit everything effectively. And I just didn't do a good job of locking back in after that big break. Started with having to take a couple makeup shots on the tuxedo. I thought I did because I saw it hitting the black, didn't need to come back to it, and I did. And then I took multiple makeup shots of the steel from the front left, which a lot of guys didn't engage it from there, but I kind of thought it made the back of the stage flow a little bit better. And I watched Ryan Flowers run the stage that way and it worked out, but obviously he's a little bit more disciplined on his iron sights than I am. Flowed through the rest of the stage pretty decently. Got to the back, got my 2 hits on the Holy Monkey, and then we wrapped up and called it a day. For this stage, it was just too many deltas, too much time. 2nd in limited division, 29th overall.
Are you ready? Stand by. You are finished unless you're clear. If clear, hammer down, holster. Range is clear. You did this. You ready? Stand by. You are finished unless you're clear. If clear, hammer down, holster. And that's a day.